If you ever wonder why I care so fucking much, why I'm so passionate about life, why I'm always talking about gratitude and owning our lives, taking responsibility, elevating ourselves, raising our standards, why I'm so optimistic all the time, why people just can't break me down, why I can't lose in life anymore. And I'm not saying I'm super successful. I'm just saying I can't fucking lose. You can't bring me down. You can't break me. And why I talk about all these things so often, and why I care so much about other people and their growth and their development and their happiness and their fulfillment overall and their transformations, and why sometimes I'm such a dick, right? I want to share something with you. I want to show you something that I came across the other day, and I forgot I even had this, but I was going through this photo album, and this photo album was from a specific time in my life. The only photos that were in this album, minus some other ones, were all from the same place. And a lot of photos, a lot more photos than, I'd like to admit, but, here's some of them, right? I think this is around the time my sister was turning 16, my 16th birthday, and I was in State Blues there. She had to come visit me in prison. This probably wasn't her 16th birthday, actually, but I missed her 16th birthday. These are pictures from a car accident that my sister was in that I wasn't around for, because, again, I was in prison. This is when my first nephew was born. Guess where I was? In prison. This right here was when my first niece was born. Look at that, State Blues, still in prison. This one right here, when my second nephew was born. Hey, some new State Blues right there, still in prison. These are my grandparents. My mother died within a year of me being out. Didn't get to see all the cool, awesome shit that I get to do today. Didn't get to see my son be born. Didn't get to go to my wedding. Those just scratch the surface of some of the shit that I missed in my life because of drug use and fucking around and going to prison and wasting. I wasted 12 years of my life. 12 years. When I was 21, I went in, and I didn't get out until I was 27, 28. Spent 6 years in there. Before that, from 15 to 21, 16 to 21, I was using anything and everything that I could. I was fucking around, hurting people, doing all sorts of dumb shit to myself. I wasted it all. Man, I saw my grandmother more in active addiction, trying to get over and get something from her, than I did after I got out of prison and changed my life, right? I can't even begin to describe all the other shit that happened. But here's the thing, right? That right there is why I can't go a day without being grateful for what I'm able to do every single day, where I'm at, why I talk about our frame of reference. That's my frame of reference when I go into new territory in life, when I talk about all these new challenges, and when I talk about facing fears, and when I talk about overcoming obstacles, and when I talk about taking the pain and making it a catalyst, and the suffering into a catalyst for growth and development and positivity. That's the frame of reference that I have, right? I have this frame of reference of the shit, right? The first 3 years that I was in there was fucking miserable, right? And mostly, and I'll tell you this little secret here, and why I talk about my motto, right? Own your life, raise your standards. Because for the first 3 years, I was still in this victimhood mentality where I blamed everything I possibly could outside of myself for why I was where I was and why I wasn't getting anywhere different. It was the institution's fault. It was the CEO's fault. It was the government's fault. It was my employer's fault. It was my family's fault. It was my grandfather's fault. It was my girlfriend's fault. It was everybody's fault. It was everybody's fault but my own. And the thing that I saw time and time again with all these other people that were in the same position as me is they constantly blamed things outside of themselves for where they were. On the flip side of that, the people that had what I wanted when I decided to change my life took ownership. They were responsible. They held themselves accountable for their lives and their circumstances. I was in there with people who were in there for life because they committed manslaughter, drinking and driving. I knew people that were in there for all sorts of crazy shit. The second they took ownership of whatever it is that they did, their life transformed. They might not be getting out of there, but they are some of the best people I've ever met in my life. The people that did get out, that continued to take ownership of their lives, they continued to grow. And some of them were growing so rapidly that nobody I know that hasn't had their experiences and hasn't gone through that suffering and that pain and learned to use it as a catalyst can do. It's insane, right? And so when I sit here and talk and I'm calling people out and I'm trying to hold my friends accountable and I'm holding you accountable because I give a fuck, that's where I'm coming from. That's what it's coming from, a place of experience. I'm not just blowing smoke up people's asses, right? These are the things that changed my life. I am so grateful to have gone through what I've gone through, all the pain, all the misery, all the suffering, all the shit, right? I'm so grateful, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have the things that I have. I talk about how prison was the single greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life, above getting married and having kids, right? Because I wouldn't have those things if I'd be dead by now. I'd be fucking dead, right? And the majority of people, statistics say, I would have gotten out of prison and I would have gone back to using. I would have died. I would have gone back, repeated the cycle over and over again until I was dead. That's what happened. I saw so many people coming in and out of those doors, and it's fucking ridiculous. I wouldn't have what I have today. I wouldn't be able to have the opportunities that I have today. I wouldn't have the drive, the focus, the determination, the mindset, the focus, all that stuff. I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have it if I didn't go through what I went through and looked at it from the way that I look at it now. If I wasn't able to shift the way that I saw life, I wouldn't be where I am today doing the things that I'm doing. And that's why I care, because I know whatever it is that you're going through, I know it's possible to overcome it. And I know if you're going through some shit, you fucking hate that I say that, because I've been there. But I promise you, if you can just make it to the other side, you're going to be fucking fine, and you're going to use it. Your story, right, is going to become a testimony to your greatness. Whatever it is that you're going through. This is just this is the beginning of a great fucking book, right? You read a book, and typically some bad shit happens, and then all the greatness comes after it, right? We love underdog stories, but we hate it when we're the underdog, and it sucks, but sometimes we have to go through that stuff to see the beauty in life and to grow and to become the person that we were destined to be. So how are you using the things that are happening to you, or the things that happen to you? Right? Because I'm a firm believer, life happened for me. All those things happened for me so that I can be the man that I am today. They didn't happen to me. They happened for me. And as long as I continue to see that life that way, I'll never fucking lose. I can't be broken. I can't lose. Failure isn't a thing. Even if I fail, right? Failure is real, but it's nothing that's ever going to hold me down from accomplishing the things that I want to accomplish. I'm set, right? I already died. I died. I mean, not physically, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally, I fucking died, right? I already experienced that. Now it's time to live. And I got so much to live for today. So many reasons, so many great fucking reasons to succeed. It's going to happen. But it's all thanks to all those things that I've experienced, all those things that I missed out on. Own your life. Elevate your mind and your body, raise your standards, and fucking live.